They say, being overweight is not good for confidence, and it can lead to other health problems. Most people need some motivation or guidance when it comes to exercise. Thus joining a fitness club is maybe the best solution. However, finding a local fitness club that suits your needs might not be so easy.
An earthquake has many stages. Firstly, there are small ones, called foreshocks, which occur in the same place as the larger earthquake that follows. Scientists do not know that an earthquake is a foreshock until the larger earthquake occurs. And there is the main part of the earthquake, which is called the main shock.
Nearly 3.5 million people now work from home in the United Kingdom. That is around 12% or 1 in 8 of the population and is an increase of 600,000 since the mid-90s. Advances in technology, the growth of home computer and laptop ownership, and the development of the Internet are key drivers of this trend.
During 1990, many changes of fly-in and fly-out schedule were a significant development. Suddenly, the coast was in easy reach of Britain's largest industrial cities. At the same time as the Industrial Revolution was having an impact and working conditions were improving, hundreds of thousands of people were given free days and short holiday breaks.
In most countries nowadays, people are encouraged to dispose of unwanted computers in an appropriate way. In some countries, there are strict laws about the disposal of computers and computer equipment, and people are not allowed to simply throw them away. Thus, they have a number of options when disposing of an unwanted machine.
Obesity in the developing world is the result of a series of changes in diet and nutrition, physical activity, and general health, collectively known as the nutrition transition. As poor countries become richer, they acquire some of the problems, as well as the benefits, of industrialized nations.
According to a new study just published, the world tobacco demand is expected to increase until the year 2025, due to population and income growth, but at lower rates than in the past. The report maintains that while in developed countries, tobacco smoking will continue to decline, in developing countries its consumption will rise.
Most of the major retailers now see the internet as an opportunity, rather than as competition. The biggest supermarkets and department stores have all announced a huge growth in online sales over the last year. An ever-growing percentage of consumers prefer to shop online, and even those who still enjoy a traditional visit to the main street retailers go online first to check out product choices and prices.
The resume selection is an important step in the process of recruiting new staff. The employer's role in this process is to find those potential employees whose skills and experience look good on paper, and who should be contacted for an interview. But what to look for in a resume is not always clear. The main aim is to focus on the content provided, such as past experience, skills, and abilities.
There is a growing number of people for whom the traditional 9-to-5 job simply no longer works. They may have family commitments and other reasons why they need to be at home during the day. Many simply prefer working from home because of the flexibility it offers. Many women find themselves in this situation because they find it difficult to go back to an ordinary job once they have children.
The academic texts come from books, journals and magazines, and are generally more professional in style. There are no advertisements, leaflets or information pages. You will need to deal with more vocabulary that you don't know, and you will meet more grammatically complex structures. The academic exam is more difficult, but you will be able to apply the reading skills you learnt in your future job profile.
Revision doesn't have to be boring. It is boring if you do it for too long or try to do it all at once. It will make you feel anxious if you try to revise too much. Remember that revision means looking back at what you have learnt, not trying to learn things that you haven't learnt yet. Remember that the important thing is to improve your all-around reading skills, so continue to follow the advice from the previous review sections.
Many people believe that the fear of going to prison deters people from committing crimes. People who might do wrong have to think again if they know that the punishment will mean being locked up. Some statistics suggest that in countries where punishment for certain crimes is very severe, the rate for that crime has fallen. Other people argue that people commit crimes because they are desperate, thus, have no fear.
Bullying in the workplace is far more common than most people imagine. This type of bullying may be related to your race, your gender, your age, your religion, a disability, or simply happen because somebody doesn't like your tastes or views on life. You may experience one isolated case or a persistent campaign over a period of time.
Sending an email is a new way of communication. But remember that people cannot see your face or hear the tone in your voice when you send an email, so they may not understand when you are trying to be humorous. Something was written in a word format often comes across very differently. Because written remarks generally come across as far harsher than something said.
Items that are contaminated by petrol, paint, or acid must not be washed in a dishwasher. Never run the appliance with the door open. Always turn the appliance off before opening the door. Knives with long blades are potentially dangerous if stored in this appliance. Do not sit or stand on the door when it is open. Unplug the appliance and disconnect the water supply if you are away from your home for an extended period.
What is the oldest man-made structure in the world? In the last 10 years, archaeologists in Japan say they have answered that question twice. However, the second discovery, made by one of Japan's leading archaeologists, was shown to be a case of fraud. Incidentally, in 2003, the truth came out. A senior archaeologist had planted the tools so that he could take credit for such an important discovery.
The River Nile is the longest river in the world, and it has always brought life to Egypt. Around 95% of the population of Egypt lives within 20 kilometers of this great source of water. When the river dam was completed in 1970, it affected every person in the country. The dam prevented flooding that had previously destroyed homes and crops, generated electricity, and it provided water for a much greater program of agriculture.
Membership for fitness clubs can be expensive, so you want to be happy with the club you choose and you want to visit as often as possible. If you only go once a month or stop going completely, you will waste a lot of money. There are usually some great offers available at fitness clubs. You can use reviews to find the right club in your area, but then it's up to you to get yourself there and to start getting in shape.
Presently, the aim of governments all over the world is to reduce the amount of waste that we need to get rid of. Organic material that contains little or no heavy metals can be detoxified biologically. This is done by composting and land farming. Firstly, to reduce the amount of waste that is created in the first place, and then to reuse and recycle waste rather than discard it.